Hello, Sam Visnic here from endyourbackpainnow.com/blog, and I decided to just film a little bit of a bio since I ask people, I get a lot of questions from people asking me on how I started off in this work and kind of what is some of my background and how I got to the point where I am now. So this all started probably somewhere in the neighborhood of when I was 12, 13 years old. I was always avidly into lifting weights. I was the skinny kid, so I always wanted to put more muscle on and have a better frame and build for myself. So after a number of years of just studying general bodybuilding type of books and manuals that I can find at the stores, when I was 19 years old, I decided to become a personal trainer. And from that point, I was mostly interested in doing body composition work, helping people lose fat and gain muscle, and I myself was sort of a meathead at the time, so it was something that I really enjoyed doing. And after a period of time, I started noticing that after obviously having a lot of clients who had bad knees, bad backs, had something going on, physically going on with them. I had not directly addressed any of this at the time because I wasn't really aware of anything that I should be doing. But I noticed that people were getting better as a result of doing exercises and stretches. People who had back pain were all of a sudden starting to get better, or if they had knee pain at one point, they were starting to improve. And obviously something that I was doing with them was moving them into the right direction. So after this phenomenon, I started looking further into what it is that, how could exercises and stretches assist in helping some of these conditions, and why was it that their physical therapist or their chiropractor or their doctor had not been able to address these things, and I was actually getting them better. And I found a few resources, and some of the people that I had learned from ended up being kind of second nature or second-rate therapists, and I started looking at finding out who they were learning from. And I stumbled upon a guy named Paul Chek, who is the owner of the Chek Institute, and I learned a tremendous amount from Paul. I ended up going through his level 1 through his level 3 internships, learning both muscle balancing techniques and how to assess movement patterns in the body and look for dysfunctions and correcting them with exercises and stretches. And then I also did some training in neuromuscular therapy through the St. John Institute, neuromuscular therapy, and I took their courses, course 1 through 5 there, which I learned a lot about manual therapy, along with getting a year-long certification in massage from community college. So I've gone through quite a bit of training in that, and I'd have to say where most of the experience that I've gotten came from doing clinic work. And the first position that I had outside of being a personal trainer is I worked in a physical therapy office, and I was working with a lot of the therapist patients, and I got exposed to some of the therapeutic protocols and techniques that they were using, and also how my work was different from what they were doing. So I was getting a lot of successes where other people were not getting successes in terms of physical therapists. So as I kept refining my own techniques, I started kind of doing things my own way and learning about how other aspects of the body are important when you're doing physical rehabilitation type of work, such as how nutrition plays into that, visceral somatic reflexes, how the internal organs tie in with the muscular system and the nervous system, as well as how the mind interacts with both of these other two parameters. So that led me into a field of learning about neurolinguistic programming and also about some Eastern philosophy energy work and how you can use that to assist in all of these factors in improving the health of the individual. So I've done a lot of training and I continue to learn. My newest ventures are taking me into more specialized fields within structural biomechanics and manual therapy techniques, and as well as learning a lot more about nutrition, from which I've studied, and is a very good friend of mine is Dr. Eric Serrano, who I've done a lot of consulting with and learning from, one of my mentors and a very good friend who's taught me lab testing and how to use supplement and nutrition protocols to assist in the correction of these dysfunctional areas. So I've learned a lot through there, and as well as with the mind, everything continues to get better and better, and you become more refined in your work over the years, and that's what I continue to base my practice on, as well as focusing on clinical results. So the more results I've gotten with patients, the more my name has become, and the more you see me on the internet posting some of my successes, as well as posting some of the therapeutic techniques that I've been very successful at over the years in working with hundreds of patients. So I hope that gives you a little bit of background on me, who I am, and what I'm about. And I hope you come and visit my blog a lot more. There's a lot of great information on there, and there's definitely more to come. This is Sam Visnic, neuromuscular therapist. Again, visit me at endyourbackpainnow.com/blog. Thanks.